there's more to you than you might first expect. And if you have a look around the room, you'll see that there's a whole lot of other people here, and there's more to them as well. And I'd just like to remind you about that. So what I'd like you to do is to stand up if you would. And just so your hands are a little warmed up, I'd like you to rub your hands together. And take in a deep breath. And as you hold your breath, imagine that you're sending your breath into your hands. Push the breath into the hands, and then check that your hands have been warmed up a little bit and maybe feel a little tingly. Now, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to find another person who's, well, approximately your height. And just be in a pair with that person. Shall I demonstrate this? Got someone? Everyone in the pair? Now, you know about rapport, don't you? Is this right? I'm in the right group here? Okay, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to be with that person. Margot's about my height. And I'd like you to be with this person, and I'd like you to look in their direction, if it's okay for you to occasionally look into their eyes, and just notice that it's fairly easy to get this feeling of rapport with this person. And what I'd like you to do as you get this feeling of rapport is I'd like you to notice that this is actually a unique human being with you here. As you look at this person, I'd like you to realize there is no one else in the entire world, not now or in the history of the world, who is the same as this person. This person is utterly unique. And get a sense of how extraordinary that is. And when you have a sense of how extraordinary it is, that this utterly unique person is there, then and only then, for some of you, I'd like you to touch that person. So if you have your hands separate for now, that's important. When you get the feeling of this person being a totally unique human being, and realize that they are unique, I'd like you to take your right hand and hold that person's right hand. And notice that feeling of that person being a totally unique human being, unique in all the history of the world. And you're having a sense of connection with that uniqueness that's associated with that feeling of holding their hand. And then I'd like you to let go of that hand. Got that? Okay. And now I'm going to invite you to look at that person in another way. So this time I'm going to, yeah. Tilt your head, yeah. This time I'd like you to look at that person, and I'd like you to realize that this person who's in front of you here comes from a family, that this person had parents, and that connects them with many other people in their family there. And that this person has friends, perhaps a partner, have other people who are colleagues, who relate to them in various ways. And through their family in particular, this person is connected to an entire culture, to an entire way of living on the planet. And if we expand further out than that, this person, as a human being, is part of all humanity. And in that sense, you and they are part of one vast system of human beings. And that they have a connection to that. And the other thing I'd like you to notice is that as a human being on this planet, as they breathe in and breathe out, as you breathe in and breathe out, you share life with all the living things on this planet. Without those other living things, there would be nothing to breathe in. And if you didn't breathe out, those other living things would suffer. And so every breath you take connects this person that you're looking at there with the entire planet, and thus with the entire universe. And when you look at this human being here, if you look into their eyes, the galaxies move around inside there. This person is connected to the universe. This person is an expression of the entire universe. And for those of you who have a sense of the vastness of the energy behind this universe, when you look at this person, you're looking into that vast energy. And for those of you who have a name like that, who would think that this thing could be called God or something like that, when you look at this person, you see a person in the image of God. And when you know that this person has all those connections, I'd like you to take your left hand and hold their left hand and see all those vast connections. See how this person connects you to the entire universe and beyond. And feel how that's associated with holding their left hand there. And then let go of that hand. Now, here's the next thing I'd like to do.
Can we go home now?
I think this is what you came to the planet for. The next thing I'd like you to do is this. I'd like you to take a hold of that person's right hand and look at them and see what a unique individual they are. And over the top of their right hand, I'd like you to reach your left hand and take a hold of their left hand and see that they equally connect you to the entire universe. And feel what that's like. And as you do that, just notice what it's like to be with that person in all those ways, and what it's like to be you with that person. And then gently let go of their hands and look around and find another human being. And when you know that feeling, find another human being. And just continue.